I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, YouTube. Boy, had a rough one trying to get awake this morning, but that's okay. We're gonna do 30 minutes, and we're gonna enjoy it to the best of our ability. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're gonna do. We got no choice. Um, I was looking. Let's see here. Why don't truckers get overtime? I was looking yesterday. No, not yesterday. Well, we all know that the dock workers are striking. Um, we know that the dock workers are striking, and that they want. Uh, don't quote me on this, so don't come for me because I didn't really do my homework. Well, I'm admitting it. But as usual, uh, and I can understand that they're saying that certain amounts of money has been made, billions and billions of dollars. Well, I mean, uh, and they want their cut of the service. And you already know, and I know what's going to happen with that is that when it all boils down to it, the consumer is going to pay for it. But I mean, it is what it is. But they're saying they want a 77% pay raise. That's a lot. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But my main question is because everybody's, they're saying that their job is dangerous, and I can agree with that. They're saying that the they want to stop the automation. I understand. Um, that I can agree with. Want to stop the automation and better benefits. Well, I'm on the other end of that. I'm the guy that comes into the docks and picks this stuff up. But we don't have a big what's the word? We don't have a big union. And I think powers that be know that and take advantage of it. Because yes, without the longshoremen, we wouldn't get these products. But without us, the products wouldn't get to the stores. Without us, the products wouldn't. And I'm talking about truck drivers. Without us, the products wouldn't get to the stores. Without us, the products wouldn't get off the dock. Without us, anything that you have, you would not get. We are part of this chain, and we are the lowest paid ones. You might everybody thinks truckers make all this money, but they don't. Make pennies on the dollar. Literally pennies on the freaking dollar. And I was just wondering why are we it says truckers are exempt from overtime pay because of a specific exemption in the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938. Exemption means that most truckers don't receive the extra pay for working more than 40 hours a week than other workers receive. Bro, do you own a truck? I'm gonna ask you that. Do you own a truck? Are you paying for your own? Are you paying for your own fuel? You ever get paid by getting screwed by the van? Yeah. If you own your own truck, you make 3,500 a week. You're still not getting paid enough. You see what I'm saying? And see that's how we truckers do. You telling me the what you get paid, but you're not taking away what's your take home pay? Do you see what I'm saying? And I get look, I'm not disagreeing with the dock worker, but what I'm saying is, what about the truck driver? I'm saying, what about the truck drivers that are not getting paid their fair share? That's what I'm really talking about today. I'm not. It's not an argument. It's not an argument. You know what I'm saying? You are you 1099 or are you is that 3,000 after tax? Hey, Mike, because see, here's the deal. This is what I read that exempt thing. Just you know, this is just a conversation, guys. This is just a conversation. I read that because we should be getting overtime because most of us are running 7 days a week when we go out there. And we can't afford to come home once a week. We can't afford to come home. We can't afford to, we can't afford to get the the amount that is due to us because we can't strike. Most of us work for the big companies. There's no say in it. Do you see what I'm saying? There's no say. It's and you can't tell me that this is a safe industry, especially after the hurricane. My buddy, he's a 3 million mile driver. He's over 3 million miles, and he's seen nothing but trucks in the ditches and trucks off the road, and trucks flipped over during the hurricane. Because guess what? If if the wheels ain't turning, you're not earning. You see what I mean? If the wheels ain't turning, you're not earning. And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. And we get these guys they come on and say, I make all this money as a truck driver. No, you don't. You're taking low priced, you're taking low uh you're taking low price freight, especially out of Florida. Anything, if especially if you own a truck, if you own a truck, you've got to be $2 and above. You know what I'm saying? You got to be $2 and above just to break even, and then you're still not making enough. I'm gonna say it. You're still not making enough. And the fact is, like I said, like I read earlier, we don't even get overtime, and all of us have to work. We 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 don't work 5 days a week. We work 7 days a week. We drive 7 days a week for literally pennies on the dollar, not big bucks. And I'm not complaining. I kind of like where I work. I kind of like where I work. But all I'm saying is, you know, there's got to be there's got to be a middle ground. I was here. It was going on TikTok and everything else about we should go on strike, and it, it's totally impossible, because if a group of truckers go on strike and say I'm not going to deliver, then another group of truckers will say I'll take it. Another group of truckers will say I'll take it. So it's inevitable that we will stay in this low priced, dangerous situation, because you can't tell me as a truck driver, you don't think, well, when I go out today, am I going to make it back home? Because all of us think that. Because anybody, four wheelers might try to brake check us. The other trucks might try to brake check us. Driving through hurricanes, winter's coming. You could flip. It's so easy to flip this truck in the ice, and you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Hey, what's going on, man? Let me see here. Hold on. I'm gonna put it in there. Let's see here. Hold on. Where it is. I put it in there. See if you wanted to come up, Charles. Um, see, this is what I'm saying. And again, I'm not talking against the dock workers. So if you want to come for me, that's on you. I'm not talking against them. But I was just looking at a thing where the crane operators make 300,000. Most dock workers make 150. Don't quote me on that. I'm just looking from a third party that said that, but they want 77% increase. And then we have to turn around and pick up these loads for pennies on the dollar, especially owner operators that they come onto the docks, just like the rail yards. They can't afford it. Look at their tires. You could tell it's not a high paying situation when the tires are bald. A, a $700 tire is bald as an eagle because they can't afford to get another one, or the tire is it's so bad it got re-grooved. They took it to a you know a side hack, and he with a grinder grind some new grooves into the tire. I'm just saying. He cut some new grooves into the tire. Tell me I'm wrong. Good morning, good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. You know, but see, the dock workers, they got power, man. Uh, 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 uh A garbage truck driver tried to get in to get the garbage. He's just trying to do his job. They wouldn't let him through the gate. He tried to push through, and next thing you know, a fight broke out. No, you can't cross that. You can't cross that line. They like the Teamsters. Don't cross that line. They not having it. And I agree. But what about the guys that trying to do their job? What about us? And again, I'm with the dock workers, but what about us? We can't come together because there's so many. We're so divided. We're so divided that it's just totally impossible. And the law was done in 19. What is it? In the specific exemption in the Fair Labor Standards Act (FLSA) of 1938, it made the exempt that most truckers don't receive extra pay for working more than 40 hours a week, and all truckers work 70 hours. Most of us, 70 hours a week. I, I did it for 11 years. Charles has done it for what? Um, Around what? Dag on 30 years. Is it fair? That's my question. Is it fair? Is it fair because people hate us on the road? They'll cut us off, and how dare you get in my way during rush hour because you didn't get up early. You got up late, and you're rushing to work, and you blowing your horn at me because I'm slow, so you get in front of me and brake check me, knowing you're putting your life on the line. You're putting my life on the line and your life on the line. I'm just thinking about it. Do you see what I'm saying? And we're just trying to get to the next stop. We're just trying to get to the next load. And most of us, and from what I'm figuring out, because I'm only allowed to drive 10 hours, no, 11 hours a day. Of that 11 hours, I can only drive 8 hours straight. Then I have to take a 30-minute break, and then I get to drive again. But then also I have to worry about the vehicle. I have to worry about the load. I have to worry about what time to get there. I have to worry about you know uh traffic. I have to worry about weather, and I'm getting paid. And tell me if I'm wrong. Pennies on the dollar. I'm getting paid pennies on the dollar. But we have, other than the Teamsters, we have no union, nobody to fight for us in Congress, no one to uh to garner any type of support system. There are companies that if they don't want you anymore, they can literally shut your truck down. They can remotely turn your truck off, and you're stuck wherever you are, and they'll send someone else to pick up your truck. And it's happened. They will shut your truck down, and you're stuck. But you can't leave your truck, because if you leave your truck, then your career is over. Because they put it in the DAC report, and they run the DAC report, you're done. You are done. You're done, son. You are done, son. And people cut you off, and you're going through all of this for pennies on the dollar. Literally pennies on the dollar. I got humbled because of the last hurricane. I didn't. I'm looking at. I'm looking at the app. I'm looking at the app that's telling me where the hurricane is and where the storm is. And I was told that a dispatcher said that they're from Florida. There's no problem. You can make it. And I knew the time constraint, I wouldn't be able to make it because where I was delivering was Walmart. I could have waited out the storm and went going, but I knew time constraint because I'd done it for years. But I got humiliated and 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 stuff was said that I said. I know I didn't say. I know I didn't say because I have more respect for myself and dispatch. And the reason is because I did some stupid stuff to my other dispatcher, and I hurt that person's feelings. And I really honestly went back and apologized and said that I'm not going to do that no more. We have no rights. You got to keep your mouth shut because if you speak up, you're not going to get no loads. You got to keep your mouth shut because if you act up, you're not going to get a load, and you don't get paid by the hour. You get paid by the load. Yeah, no, you're right, Odom. Most dock workers are worried about being placed by animated systems. And what I heard from one of the supervisors, the dock down there in Texas, are asking for a $5. No, well, $5. What I just read is a 77% increase. And I, like I said, I didn't do. Even if I said I did my homework, do your own. Do your own. Now, $5 is fair, but if you really look at it, bro, me driving a truck, I should be after 40 hours. I should be getting overtime. I don't get overtime. That's not fair. But I signed up for this. But that law needs to be changed. There should be some compensation for over the 40 hours because like right now, I'm going to go through hell and back. I start work next month this Monday coming up. I got to go back, I got to redo everything and then my body has to get used to working 70 hours a week again when I've been sitting on my fat behind sleeping and waking up, doing YouTube, and then going back to sleep and sleeping all day. But I've been healing. But now I got to get back to the intense mental stability. And like I said, I'm not saying that the dock workers don't deserve whatever they're asking for. That's what I'm just saying. I'm not saying that. So if you come on here and say I said that or in the comments, I'm going to have at you because I'm not saying that you deserve whatever you deserve. But guess what? We deserve it too. But we're not. But the problem is we ain't gonna get it. It's totally impossible. Well, someone said in some places. I mean, let's be honest here. That might be okay for Texas, but New York. If you're not making if you're making $150,000 a year in New York, you're below you're below the poverty line. You're below the poverty line. So again, I'm saying whatever it is, they deserve that to survive. You have to up north in the northeast. It is extremely expensive just to live. So again, I am not not saying that it ain't right. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't get nothing. Odom, do you see? I don't get nothing. If my wheels ain't turning, I'm not earning. I don't get nothing. Um, what is it? I wish I could get Charles to come up here, but he's probably driving. He's probably driving to whatever. And we're going to be shutting down in a few minutes anyway. We were late this morning. you know, exactly. It's going up. And see, they were already backed up at the docks anyway. But it's just going to be it's going to be it's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous because guess what? Once they get back to work after billions of dollars in losses, once they get back to work, guess what? Guess who's got to move all that stuff? Guys like me. Guys like me. And half the time we don't have decent benefits. You know, if it was up to me to support this house, we'd be done. One thing can knock me out of the system. This hernia knocked me out of the system. And now I got to pay $8,000 to get back into the system. I got to pay $8,000 in surgical fees and all this other stuff. You know, oh, the link won't work. What the heck? Let's see. Let me try it again. I just dropped it again. Tell me if that one works. It's probably because I'm. Oh, I'm in portrait mode. That's why. Sorry. I'm in portrait mode. Let's see. Hold on. Try it. Try it now. Let's see if that'll do it. Or wait a minute. What you know? I'm supposed to be the professional here. Jesus. Nope. All right. Well, sorry about that. I wish I could have got you up here. I don't know. I was trying to get back in the swing of things. Oh man. Oh, on the vertical live, the links aren't clickable. Yeah, but it's got this whole thing down here of layouts with, but well, it's the official. Well, from my, I'll say it like this: this is a dangerous job. and you got to be a little crazy to do it. And there's a lot of good people out there that are struggling to get by, um, and have no other choice. You know, they have what they're called brokers that take 40% of the load, or or lie to you and tell you how much this load is, and when you get there, now the price done changed, or the load is different. You go through that. You've got trucking companies going under because they can't get the loads. We're actually in a trucking recession. I don't know if word is that we are out of it, but you know it's not easy. And then, say for example, if you are a owner, you have you have a certain amount that you make, but you got to pay everything. And see, oh, you're crazy like he is, like Charles is. He's moving boom boom powder. Is that the stuff you know what I'm talking about, right? But see, and he sends me these pictures going through, certain areas or whatever. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I'm not even saying that we should get a whole lot more. All I'm saying is we should at least, yeah, solo layout. We should at least get overtime. I'll just say that this we should at least be not exempt from not getting overtime. That would allow some of the guys that are not getting, because if you don't get a certain amount of miles a week, you know, that's when you fall into, running into problems. You know what I mean? But now that the dock workers are that they're on strike, you can't bring nothing to the port. So the trucker can't he can't bring those cars. He can't bring those loaded containers. He can't bring nothing because he can't get past that line. So guess what? He's not getting paid. His mortgage isn't getting paid. His truck note isn't getting paid. So now his livelihood is messed up. So again, what about the driver? What about truck driver? I understand, like you said, if that's what they're looking for, $5, that's fair. And even if they were looking for, if they make $50 an hour and they want $70 an hour, more go for it. But see, we're as a truck driver, we're screwed. We're screwed. We can't. I can't strike. Shoot, I got to get back to work. My benefits are done. I'm gonna be drinking water today. I got to clean up. Excuse me. I got to clean up, and I got to get ready for it's either Monday or Tuesday the DOT exam, and then go back to working 70 hours a week, and pennies on the dollar. It, I got no answer. You know, a lot of times when you see YouTube people come on here with answers, I got none because I don't think there is one unless we get someone that changes the law or the rules. And that's the sad part. There is no answer. That's why I'm not going to sit here and say whatever the dock worker did, they deserve whatever they deserve. Keep on going. Because you know Trump's going to blame everything on Kamala Harris. I would negotiate for them. That guy that the head of the union, he old school. He old school union. He ain't nothing to do weak. No, you try to cross that line, you gonna get your behind whooped. He old school union. You gonna get hurt. You better. No, he old school. He like we gonna shut y'all down. Y'all gonna. It's gonna cost y'all billions. And then when the Lord changes, we gonna make us go back to work. We ain't doing nothing when we back to work. And then we gonna shut you down again. That's old school union. Nah, I ain't messing with y'all. Get what you need to get. Because again, if you're a dock worker working in New York and you're making only under 100,000 or 100,000, you're below the poverty level. You need to make whatever you need to make to get above the poverty level in New York or in DC or those areas up there. You below the poverty level, brother. You need you need your fair share. I'm not going to sit here and lie. You know what I mean? I just wish that we had a chance to make our fair share as truck drivers. I'm not going to sit here and say we need to strike. It's not going to happen. We need to have a day we all shut down. If I shut down, I'll be told to bring that truck back, and I'm fired. I'm not. But I'm not crossing a. I'm not crossing a pick. I'm not crossing a line either. Picket line, no player. Nah. I'm not putting my life on the line. Y'all, we have a drop yard. Where you need to put me? Where you need me to drop this trailer? I'm just saying. All right, guys. A short one this morning. We're trying to have some type of conversation. We're trying to get our minds straight and back into the swing of things. Coming up next, wellness with Frugal Mama. Get your workout on. And as always, you'll think no one loves you. Know that God loves you, and I love you too. And as usual, we're gonna figure out how to not to screw up, but as usual, we screw up anyway. So you guys take it easy, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your